welcome. Good morning, early morning super podcast ready for the Staying Professional podcast. That's how we do over here. Good morning to everybody that's out there listening, or afternoon or night, whatever time you're listening. What up? Everything is welcome here. So yesterday was Friday the 25th. Today's the 26th. Yesterday in the stock market in the morning kind of tanked because everybody's scared about the Ukraine-Russia stuff, and then it wound up just rebounding. So we'll see how the market's going to act next year. Biden's putting a bunch of sanctions on Ukraine, and it's just a crazy time in the world to think about Russia invading another country. Like, thank God we don't have to worry about that here in the United States, whether that sounds ignorant or not. I'm not trying to make it sound ignorant. I'm just grateful and thankful that we're able to live in a safe place. So, anyways, next on is the Knicks. They lost again to Miami. Not surprised. Miami is a good team, and the Knicks are horrible. I will keep saying they are horrible on every podcast that I do until they are good. So check back next year or the next 2 years. Anyways, today I have a special guest with me. It is Isabella McDonald, and we just want to welcome her to the podcast. So everybody welcome Isabella McDonald.
Thank you.
What's up? Or I like to call you Bella Bellz. What's up? What's going on? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be able to be on the Professional podcast.
Yes. Isabella's got her morning voice this morning. Yes, you could tell it's an early morning.
Early in the morning.
That's what we do. So, Bella Bellz, what is going on right now? How's the weather over there in Georgia this morning?
You know, it's a lot warmer than it has been. It's been around 40s and 30s here recently. So, but this morning I woke up to 70-degree weather. So it's been kind of bipolar a little bit, but I'm happy that it's getting warm over here again. How about you guys in Florida?
This is the most bipolar weather of all time. It's cold, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot. But I think the cold is gone. I think it's pretty much going to be hot as you know what till like November, December. So we'll kind of enjoy it.
Hopefully we stay that way.
It'll be
down here
beach
too.
weather soon. I can't wait for beach weather. I love the beach.
The beach weather.
I know. We love the beach. We love being on the beach, chilling on the beach. You know, drinking a little something on the beach.
Drinking a little something on the beach. I'll be 18 when we go to the beach this year.
Oh, you'll be able to have a drink in Mexico. You'll be able to have a drink in Mexico this year for the first time. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, let's get into the podcast. Today we're going to talk about Isabella's future in her college. She wants to touch base on one of her friends, which recently passed. You know, RIP to him. She'll tell you the story on that. And we'll just talk about things that are going on in life. So the mic is yours, Isabella. Go ahead and take over.
All right. So I first wanted to cover my friend Russell, who tragically passed away last week on a Friday. He was walking back from school from a lacrosse game that was happening around like 8 o'clock. And he lives not that far, maybe like half a mile. And he was walking on the sidewalk in his neighborhood, and a drunk driver came and hit him while he was on the sidewalk, and he was pronounced dead on the spot. It's kind of crazy how you grow up with these people and then out of nowhere they're just taken away, and it really shows how a lot of people take life for granted and take waking up in the morning for granted. And it just shows that, you know, we as people wake up and we think our life is guaranteed. We think our mornings are guaranteed. And I think that learning from this and having Russell in my life to be such a godly person, he was such a godly man. He really shared his faith with everybody, which really drove other people to faith. And I really think his purpose was to bring people to the church. And it's so crazy how everything changes in 2 seconds, but his love for everybody is still here. So I just wanted to say rest in peace to Russell, and he really did have a big impact here in Peachtree City, and we really do miss him.
Yeah, that's a pretty sad story, man, and unfortunately, things like that happen all the time. You know, if you're drinking or you're doing anything you're not supposed to be doing, you should definitely not be getting behind the wheel. You know, if you're drinking, stay where you are, get an Uber. It just drives me crazy that people still drive wasted like that. Like there's Ubers, you know, that's why you bring somebody. See, I'm lucky because your Thea she don't drink. She don't drink like that. So whenever we go
Right.
out, if I have a couple drinks, you know, she can just drive home. But yeah, man, like I completely feel you because, like, as you know, my brother passed away in 2013. You know, he was hit by somebody who was under the influence and shouldn't even have been behind the wheel anyways because he had a suspended license. So, I mean, things like that happen all the time, and yeah, you just got to be thankful every morning. And at the same time, it's like you got to have, you got to have some faith. You got to have a little faith, and just try to keep it moving. You know.
Yeah, and prayers to Russell's family. Also, I just wanted to say, the man who hit Russell, his son was a part of Russell's football team. He's a part of our school. He's a senior with me right now, and I just want to send prayers to his mother, his sister, and to him. I mean, we're all going through it right now, but we're all led by faith, so we should get through it pretty soon. And
Yes, and again, R.I.P. to him, man. R.I.P. to him. But since you now not to move on from him, but to move on to the next topic, and get a little bit more uplifted here. You're a senior in high school.
I
You're gonna
am.
be going to college next year.
I am.
So let us know your plans.
Um, I'm hoping to graduate in May, and I plan to stay home with my mom for like the first year and do my core classes here.
Graduation party. I'm all
Man.
for it. I'm in there like swimwear. Bro, the bro will be there. Sorry. Go ahead. I'll type for a second.
It's okay. And then after that, I plan on after my first year here, I plan on moving up to Florida. Planning to attend the University of Central Florida and be close to my favorite Tio and Tia.
Sheesh. People gonna be mad. People gonna be mad when they hear that.
Controversial.
People gonna be jelly. Strawberry.
But I'm really excited to move to Florida and to see new things and to that be a new chapter in my life. I'm going to be studying ABA therapy. The reason I wanted to study ABA therapy was because of Jackson. If you guys don't know, Jackson is my uncle Jason and my aunt Gabby's little boy. He really inspired me to go into this field because I want to be able to help children, and I want to be able to not only help the children but to help the families and just make people happy again.
Yeah, man, I'll give you a round of applause for that. That's awesome because, my son has autism and he has a lot of people helping him. And it's awesome that you want to do that because there does need to be people out there in the world that want to help children with special needs, not just autism, but all kinds of special needs, like whether they're in a wheelchair or whether they have Down syndrome or whatever it is. Everybody needs people out there to want to help. So that's awesome, and I like it.
Yeah.
I love that you're gonna do that.
And I wouldn't just be going in for autism.
You gotta say that again, Bella. You gotta say that again. Also, like I said on the last podcast, Nicholas's internet is messed up. Well, Isabella is using the same internet, so she lagged out for a second. So you gotta say that last part again.
Okay. Like I said, I wouldn't just be helping people with autism. I'd be helping people who need it, to be honest. And not only am I helping them, but I'm also helping the families. I saw the impact in our family and how our whole family took it, and how seeing Jackson talk and seeing Jackson play with other people and having us hold him and all of that stuff really made a big impact on everybody in our family. So I want to be able to put that impact on other families.
Yeah, because ABA has had a huge improvement, a huge impact on my son, and we've seen huge improvements over this last year and a half that he's been going. It's been awesome. It's been amazing to see what he's able to do from how he was to how he is now. It's just life changing for us, and we're so grateful for all the people out there, all the ABA therapists, all the speech therapists out there, all the teachers out there. I appreciate you. I'll give you guys another round of applause here from the Professional Podcast, where we stay professional. So, anyways, Bella Bells, now off of all the serious topics, we're some jokesters, right? Me and Bella Bells, we like to joke all the time. And I would say, when we go to Cancun, I mean, everybody's going to hear it, so who knows? They'll know it's coming, but they won't know when. We have to play a super prank when we go on vacation. We need to plan a super prank. Nobody's going to know what it is. They might know it's coming. They might forget about it. Who knows? But we have to play a super prank.
We have to play the biggest prank ever known.
I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something.
But we're going to do it.
We're going to do something. So, you go to school and you work. So, tell us about your job and how you're managing all that.
It's pretty difficult. And, I mean, I would say it was difficult in the beginning because I was 15, 16 years old, and I was managing being a full-time high school student with also working 4 days a week. It was hard at first, but I kind of put myself on a schedule, and I was able to be a straight A student and finish off straight A's last year while working. This year, I kind of challenged myself a little bit more.
Bella Bells, you're lagging out again. Your internet is killing me. It's killing me. It's absolutely killing me. Like, please.
Talk to Susanna.
Yeah, for real. She needs So you're working. You're trying to manage. That's where you were.
Okay. I'm working 6 days a week now. And I'm still a full-time student.
Dang.
I'm being here this year. And it's been pretty hard to be able to have time to study and to do all of my homework and things like that when it comes to me being at work, because I really have no time to just sit down and relax and to study and to keep my mind on one thing when I have my mind on another thing. It's been difficult, but we've been getting through it through the year.
I'm sorry, Bella. I'm only laughing because your mom needs to change her battery in her smoke detector because
okay. Let's make that a topic. I think that should be a topic. My mom, we've been in this house for the past 3 years. My smoke detector has not been changed since then, and it has remained like that since I moved in.
Oh my God, bro! If there's smoke up in your house, that's it. That's it. Ain't nobody gonna know.
I guess.
Oh my God, that's hilarious, man. That is hilarious.
And it's been that.
So you're about to graduate in May. Start college next year. You're working full time, and you're going to school. It's hard work, but I'm proud of you. You're doing good.
Thank you, too.
You're doing good.
Appreciate it.
When you're not working and you're not going to school, what are some hobbies you like to do? And if you're watching any shows, what kind of shows are you watching, and how's that going?
Whenever I'm home and watching my shows, I'm loving Euphoria right now. I think Euphoria is a great show. I don't think you should watch it with your kids, but it's a good show for you, the Agavi, and everyone else other than the kids. It's basically, it shows you how there's the main character, Rue, and she's basically going through a drug addiction.
going through a drug addiction, you said?
Yeah, a drug addiction, and it shows you how it can change. That drug addiction can change not only your life but the people around you's life, and it shows how it's affecting other people around you. Um, of course, there's a little drama here and there. I wouldn't be watching it if there wasn't.
Right? Because every girl loves drama. All the
Yeah, I mean, I
bros
don't
out there know what I'm talking about.
I don't love being in it, but I love watching it. But it's a good show. I really recommend it to anybody who's watching or to anybody who's hearing. I really recommend. But other than that, I mean, I'm kind of on my off days. I'm kind of your average everyday teen. I like going to eat with my friends. I mean, we haven't really been going to movies recently because of the whole COVID situation. Um, but I mean, I like hanging out. We went to a Hawks game the other day. Hawks versus Cleveland. We won. Shocker. The Hawks won, but we went over there to the
And
Hawks
Cleveland's a
game,
good
and it was a
team,
lot
but
of
the
fun.
Hawks are a good team too. They're playing better. They're definitely playing better. They're a decent team.
I'm not the sports fanatic in my family. I think you guys heard last podcast with Nicholas. He's more of the sports fanatic. He was very sad that he wasn't able to go to this game, but
Yeah.
to me, it was more for the Instagram pictures and for the Snapchat stories.
Oh, doing it for the clout.
Doing it for the clout. Doing it for the clout.
Man, I had to go to the Knicks versus the Hawks in the playoffs, being the only Knicks fan with your brother and your Uncle Mario and your grandpa, and you don't know the scarring and the absolute trash talk beatdown I had to take over there doing the show.
I can only
not
imagine.
doing the show, watching the game. I wish I was doing the show instead of watching the game because the Knicks wind up losing and the Hawks beat them in the playoffs. So I'm never going to hear the end of that.
I will commend you for being loyal to the Hawks. I mean, not being loyal to the Hawks, but the Knicks. I do commend you for being loyal to the Knicks. That's crazy.
Yeah, I got to be loyal to my team.
Attitude and all.
Got to be loyal to my team, even though, my God, they suck. But you got to be loyal.
Got to be loyal, 100%.
All right. So now that we done covered all that, it's Saturday. Thank God. You got to work all weekend?
Yes. I go into work at 2:00 today, and I end up getting out around 9:00 at night.
Dang. Well, at least you get to eat some good food over there. By the way, today is Saturday, February 26th. Today is my daughter Jayla's birthday. She is 14 years old today. Damn, this bro is getting old. I'm not happy
How old
about
is she
it.
turning?
She's 14 today.
Oh, okay. How do you feel about her turning 14?
Oh, my God. It's crazy, She's in 8th grade. She's going to be going to high school next year. She just turned 14 today. Like, God, I'm not that old. Like, I'm not that old. I'm still in my 30s. So, I had a child young. So I'm not old. I can still get down, do my thing over here in this world. I'm not old. I'm never gonna say that I'm old until I absolutely feel like I feel like you're only as old as you feel, right? Because there are kids that are like 16, 17 that are like and are so damn lazy and they're living the old life. But me, I'm going to the gym, I'm working out hard, trying to stay young, trying to stay buff. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about Jayla meeting new people in high school and maybe even a boyfriend?
Wow. That's not what I want to talk about. No dad ever wants to talk about
I know how you are with me because you're kind of almost like a father figure to me, so I know how you are with me when it comes to guys. So how are you going to be whenever she wants to start talking about guys?
I'm excited for her to start high school because I feel like high school is the best time in any kid's life. It's where you really develop and grow. And as far as her dating and stuff like that, I mean, not that I'm ready for it, but I feel like I'm more prepared now. The older I get, and I just hope that whoever she does date is a decent human being, and that's basically
Right.
all I can say. I'm gonna scare the shit out of whoever it is to make sure that they know I ain't playing around, bro. But
Bro.
but that's probably it. It's gonna be hard, and Gianna starts. My other daughter, Gianna, she's leaving elementary and starting middle school next year. So
That's
that's gonna be crazy on that too, and whole new school, whole new world, transitioning from elementary school to middle school. I barely remember doing that, but I know the transition sometimes ain't easy. But I think like it was awesome. Like I remember being in high school. I had a pretty good high school. I had a lot of fun, a lot of friends. So
Yeah, high school is big time in a in a kid's life. I mean, high school, of course, everybody makes mistakes, but high school was one of the best times that I've had when it comes to being in school. I think it's a very monumental time in a person's life. You get to grow, you get to kind of see what kind of person you are, you get to figure yourself out a little bit.
all right, well, now that I'm just thinking about it, you're a senior in high school. That means that you are going to go to prom this year. Has anybody asked you to prom yet, Bella Bells?
Um, I am going to prom this year,
Sheesh.
March. Um,
In March?
I'm not going with the date, but there is someone who I'm gonna meet there. Um,
Wow, kids
I
these
wanted to
days.
go with my I wanted to go with my girlfriends. I wanted to have all of us take pictures because I think that's more special than having a guy in my pictures forever.
Facts
Um,
that you might not
and
even
I
be
just
with in the future. That is a fact. Not to put anything bad, not to put any bad voodoo on you or anything. But I'm just saying it's crazy to me, right? Because when I was, well, I'm not I'm not that old, but when I was in high school, we just started having cell phones. Like we had the black and white Nokia with the snake game on it. Like we wasn't Snapchatting each other saying, "Hey, you want to meet up at prom and maybe have a dance?" We wasn't doing that. We like there was literally had to ask a girl the proper way, like, "Hey, you want to go to prom?" and and that's it. But like I can just imagine kids today like sending a selfie, like, "Hey, want to go to prom with me?" Question mark.
Yeah, it's so crazy how times have changed because you're right. Like right now, I have one of my close friends. She wanted to go to prom with this guy for so long, literally months, right? And she was waiting for him to ask her with a sign or something, with a flower, with anything. And during class, he just sent her a Snapchat, and it was just like, "Hey, do you want to go to prom with me?" And she was so sad.
That's so funny that I was spot on about it.
You were spot on about it. And it's so crazy how like guys don't really do that anymore. And like they don't really ask you with signs. They don't really give you that special moment because me growing up, I was watching all like the high school movies and like how guys would ask with a sign and would ask like in big gestures and stuff like that. So that's like a girl's like not her like dream of life, but like that's like what she thinks of high school. That's what she thinks, those are her expectations, right?
Yeah,
So when
we
a
only
guy
know,
sends
and
you
it's
a
crazy too
Snapchat
because we
asking you to
only
prom,
we only
what are you
expect
gonna
what we
do?
see, right? Like we watch all these movies and shows, and that's what we think it's supposed to be, right? But
That's what,
I completely understand what you're saying, and it should be like that. Like guys should be respectful and grow some grapefruits and just ask the girl. I mean, granted, you're gonna be super nervous about it, but don't text, fellas, bros, all the young bros out there listening to this. Do not text your girl and ask her to homecoming, prom, or on a date. Do it in person. Look at her face to face and ask her, bro. I mean,
100% agree.
it's crazy. It's crazy times. Crazy times out in the world. But now that we're on that, let's talk about
Mm.
how technology has just changed so much, man. And technology
Yeah.
is a good thing too because like right now I'm able to FaceTime you and podcast, through FaceTime. So that's pretty dope. I'm happy with technology like on that point where people can FaceTime other people and we can get out in the world and talk to anybody anywhere. Like that part of technology is dope. But the technology part that I don't like is, even my kids, because it's like all kids like need a cell phone now. Not that they need it, but basically everybody's life is on a cell phone, and I like my kids to have the cell phones just so I'm able to communicate with them and track them and know where they're at all times. But
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy how technology's been changing, and think about technology has changed so much just in the past 10 years. So, well, another 10 years from
I
now.
think about, I think about this all the time because in like number one, they stopped teaching cursive in our school system. Um and none of our work is on paper anymore. We don't really have paper pencil learning anymore. It's more of we give you a computer and all of your assignments are on the computer, all of your everything is on the computer.
Yeah, I know. And you use a calculator straight from the computer.
Right. Nothing is paper pencil anymore. You don't have to go through long division. You don't have to learn all of those fundamentals that are so important because everything is on the computer.
Right? And
And we
school,
find it so accessible. And I think, that kind of sucks in a way because one day when all of our computers or all of our phones shut down, half of this population is not going to know what to do.
yeah, and school don't even teach kids like, school should be teaching kids, um, preparing them for the world, not preparing them to pass a statewide test like these schools do. Like, they should teach kids cooking and, proper cleaning and proper hygiene and mental health and and all that stuff. Like real world issues should be learned in school so that when they get out in the world, they're prepared. You agree?
I 100% agree. Right now, I think the closest thing to the real world that I've learned right now is economics. And
Yeah,
that's
well,
it.
and you only learn
Um,
that really not pretty much in school, but because you're working on your own and you're realizing, making money and paying bills.
right. Um, but I really do think we should put more real world issues into our school system. I'm about to graduate and I don't know how to do taxes. I don't know how to do any of that. I don't know how to I didn't know until I started working that I had to have my own signature to sign off my work checks. Like I didn't know that. That wasn't taught to me in school. So I think we should put more things like that into our school system, along with mental health. Mental health is really important, and a lot of people in the world suffer with anxiety, depression, and I think in any other thing that comes with mental health. But I think that we should really put more awareness into mental health because a lot of people struggle with it.
I agree, Bella. All right. So our podcast is coming to an end. Our time is coming down. So, like I said, at the end of the podcast, I want to ask a special question. So, where do you see yourself? I asked Nicholas on my last episode what was his goal for 2022. So, I want to ask you, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? What do you see yourself doing?
Um, 5 years from now, I see myself freshly graduated and hopefully getting a really good job in ABA therapy. Still living in Florida and helping people out. I see myself happy and content, hopefully, and I just see myself helping people out, helping the world.
That's awesome, Bella. Now it's time for my favorite part of the show. It's when you got to give your best bro. Give your best bro
I
for the
gotta do what?
podcast. You got to give your best bro. You got to hit me with a bro before the podcast ends. Come on, let me hear your bro.
So like a bro before you go, yeah?
Yeah, just like that.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Bro!
Bro, yes. bellz. I want to thank you for being on the podcast. We had so much fun. Until next time, we out at the Staying Professional podcast.
So
Stay professional out there, bros.